You guys' performance has been almost the same home and away, numbers, everything. How do you keep, through that many games, and everybody talks about home field advantage everywhere else, how do you kind of keep this team playing the same home and away for the season?
Just try to keep it as consistent as possible of your approach, the timing, it's kind of the rhythm of your day, the rhythm of your preparation. We try to do everything the same, to keep that routine. I think athletes in general are creatures of habit, and we just try to keep that approach the same. And part of that idea.
Your game day is the same no matter you're home or away, pretty much.
Yeah, it's just all built back based on kickoff time. Obviously kickoff time and pregame meals this time, and meetings are this time, and everything else like that. Just predicated off of that.
Mark, as you go into this game, do you ever sort of take Jimmy kind of has to step back and think, you're the coach, pitching order. Do you ever take a minute to step back and think about that personally?
I don't. I think that, at this point, we're worried about Shane Skull, the blitzing, preparation of how to set up our week or whatever. Maybe there's just so much other stuff that's on your plate than self-reflection at this point.
Are you having as much fun as the head coach as you did as the offensive coordinator, or more fun?
I would say equal fun. I think I would have fun in a lot of situations. Obviously, winning helps, and being around our guys, our players, and incredible group of guys to be around. Our staff is a great group of guys to be around. It's a very, very positive environment, and that's something that I want.
Are you right here, Dave?
I got you.
Run ahead of everyone else. Why did you decide not to?
I just think this is all. I think this is all about our players. It's all about our players and the leadership that those guys have demonstrated and commanded. That's something that we need to foster. And we have a leadership group in the front and a leadership group in the back end, and those guys run the show.
Put any more emphasis on late game situations in a week like this, or a game against an opponent like this?
No, I think it's the same. We'll practice kind of those end of game situations. We'll talk about a couple bits like the Nebraska Northwestern ending. We'll talk about from both sides of that, of how we'd like to defend that from a defensive perspective, and offensively how those situations occur. But yeah, all those kind of things we try to hit either on Thursday or Friday every week.
Marcus, last year's game, and you may have already addressed this, but is it really significant more in terms of just similar schemes, not so much what happened in the game?
As far as losing?
Yeah, I mean, is that, yeah.
You can say it, Gary. It's all right. Yeah, I mean, I think from a motivation standpoint, if our guys, I think we talked about that earlier in the week, if our guys use that as motivation to prepare, we're all for it. You can't dwell. We can't sit around and pout about what happened last year. We can do something about how great our Wednesday is. That's all we can do. And I think our guys have responded really well in that regard. I think collectively on Monday, our Tuesday, and our Wednesday from our game week preparation days have been the best they've been all year. Hopefully that's a reflection of where we are in the season. Maybe part of that is motivation from an angle that you're talking about. I don't know. But yeah, I think certainly we know these guys. They're so experienced, especially on the defensive side of the ball. There's just so many guys that it feels like we've been playing against for forever. But at the same time, they do a great job of scheming things up on a weekly basis. So there'll be some changes on there, but still.